Yo, what's up, family? It's me again, your boy JoBar, Eliezer, Qandu. God as to the one who encourages, and I can do anything because my Father is with me. YHWH, the spark that sets the world on fire. Meaning, starting with you. Starting with you. Meaning, you. Alright? So we, as one, can set the world on fire. And it took me a long time to get to this place of accepting who I am, my calling, my role, my duties, and responsibilities that I never wanted, that I ran away from, like Jonah, a fearful boy that ran away. You know what I'm saying? A fearful boy that ran away. Made it through rebellious pains, consequences of my disobedience. You know what I'm saying? Like Jonah. The further he ran away from his responsibilities and his duties, the more turmoil he went through. He didn't want the responsibility. He didn't want the responsibility. And he knew that God had the power to send somebody else. But he wanted him. Why? And Jonah was in rebellion. When he could have easily chosen somebody else. So Jonah was like, well, why bother me? Especially when I know what you're going to do. You know what I'm saying? That I know that you're going to forgive them. So what is the point of sending me? When you could just simply make them repent. Just because that's how he wanted it to be. That simple. That simple. I loved Jacob and hated Esau. What did Esau do? Nothing. He said that when he was in the womb. So if you don't believe that whatever it is God's will, if you don't believe that these traditions of men is the problem and what is limiting you through the conditioning of the thing I was talking about earlier about the rat race. I didn't mention the boy name. I don't really know his name, but he speak a lot of truth. And they was talking about the Tyrann rat race psychological testing and that they was doing about putting rats in environments and how they behave and all of that. And so that ties into what the message that I'm saying, how Yahweh created us for a reason. He didn't give us religion. He gave us himself. We have different systems that want to keep us from ourselves, that want to keep us distant from him, to know ourselves. Yahweh never designed humanity to have powers that be, kings, queens, Where did all that stuff come from? It came from those that were separated in rebellion against God. And the people that God chose to be his people had no king, had no queen. They only had Yahweh, God, right? The creator on their side. And those people begged for a king. They begged for someone to rule over them besides Yahweh. And that's when all hell broke loose. Kings, people being raised up to war, to be in power, greed. From the people that he chosen, the chosen people, wanting something other than God. To be ruled by men who would torture them, control them. But that's not the divine design. Please know this. Please know this. We are not supposed to be controlled and dominated by other men. Other systems of men, of power. That's not the way. That's not the design for his people at all. That's why people that are Yah's people have so much problem assimilating, being in unison and uniformed and conformed to the system the way that it is. The way of what they call life, because this is not life. This is not living at all. At all. The system that we live in, this government in the United States and most other countries that are under the same type of influence, those principalities that are in opposition to Yah, the citizens feel that. Get the backlash, get the brunt, the dirt of it, the trash, the scraps of their greed and their malice and their evil. Cattle. You are nothing but cattle, a commodity to these people. Actually, you're becoming extinct and you don't even know it. Training your enemy, AI, computers, robotics. You're training them. We are training them by the information we feed them. I used to tell computer people back in the day, back in the 90s, computers are only as smart as you are. They are only as smart as you are. And we're seeing that now. It's come to light that everything that AI has learned is from all the gathered information, like from Google. There used to be so many other search engines where you can gain access to. Now it's just Google. It used to, what happened with Bing used to be one that's going out, even though that's Microsoft. It's still hanging in there somewhere, whatever, but that don't come standard on your phone. So many other ones, web crawler, Netscape. Many, many more. They gave you access to different servers of information. But we're training our replacements. People begging for kings other than God. I said it before. Why do we live in a country where there's no national prayer times? Daily. Not on Sunday. You only need God on Sunday? You only commune with God on Sunday? It never turns off on me. And when I really turn it on, it's hard to turn it off, like now. When I really tap in and turn the valve on, it's hard to turn it off. It's hard to stop. It's hard to stop hearing and receiving information. And then being bold, confident, and courageous to speak it. And not only just to speak it, but to speak it with authority. To speak it because it's ordained for you to speak it, to be spoken by you. And that's a role that I never wanted to step into, but I step into fully now. So I challenge anyone who is willing to test the things that I speak on. I challenge you to tell me otherwise. Prove otherwise. Prove it to me. Because what I speak, I can prove to you. And other people can confirm it. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah. 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 God never wanted kings. It's a man-made thing. You think you were created to pay a mortgage and pay rent? How about paying for your death? Do you think people are supposed to, it's supposed to be a profit? A profit from people dying? People are supposed to make a profit from death? Are you serious? You know where they came from? They came from the Catholics. We already know they Antichrist, right? We already know that's of the devil. We already know they are Satan. Okay? That is a satanic cult. Always has been. Okay? Catholicism is what? Straight from hell. You know what I'm saying? Lucifer came as an angel of light too. Why? How is he able to do that? Because one spirit. God created it all. All of it. But it wasn't designed for you to do evil. To do the things that are not of life. But there has to be balance. It can't all be light. But God is not responsible for the evil that men do. Did he make these things possible? Yes. Yes. Did he make you do it? No, he did not. Unless he did. And we know it's him if you do it, because of the magnitude of the effects of it. What good has it brought about? The fruit. Is the fruit still not the tree? Isn't the fruit the tree? Is not the fruit the tree? Man. Woo! When he sets you on fire, it's hard. It's hard to turn. I guess I'm gonna have to turn this energy into some music. I just don't know how. What kind of music? Maybe I need to do some songs or something and get it out. Even though I did a song with my nephew that really inspired me. He jumped on one of my tracks, and besides the gift of my children, or even higher than that, having my relationship with Yah and the gift of my children and the gift for music to create, the fruits of that, one of the biggest fruits of that gift has been that my nephew is inspired by my music and has been writing to my music, rapping, relieving his soul on my music, on my soul energy. And I had told him, I was like, man, it's very, very inspiring that you are choosing to use my music to express yourself. And it's fire, you know? And it inspired me to write to this, to write to it, to collaborate on with him. And it's a nice track, and I think I'm going to release it today. I was supposed to call him before I got on because I wanted to let him know that I wanted to release that joint. And I mean, I got to do a little work on it to touch it up and all of that. But, I've been working, and I didn't have the time. But to listen, and the little bit of time I used to create. And it's been a blessing. It's been a joy. It's been a reward for me. That's a level of success to me. I told you guys before, I'm the wealthiest man on earth. Not monetarily, spiritually, soulfully. I have a connection with my children that's so intimate and personal, interpersonal. And we can talk to each other about things like we're friends and not father and son. But this respect level is there of father and son. They respect my wisdom and they feed and nourish me and still teach me. I don't dismiss what they say. I learn from them as they learn from me. And to have my nephew that saying, "Oh, it's your music is inspiring me. This is all I want to spit on. This is all I want to release on." And I said, it's my soul. I'm sharing my soul, my music. And I had another cousin that was my female cousin I talk about all the time. I said she was my earth angel because she always knows what I'm going through and gives me things concerning upcoming things that I don't know are ahead of me. And it also is always confirmation of something that I have thought about, and then we'll talk, and I'll be like, yo, that's crazy that you said that, because I just had this thought and it lines up to what I just said, what I was thinking, or what I spoke out of my mouth. And she said the same thing. She's like, you're at a level where you don't need to speak anymore because your music is speaking for you. And that's one of the levels that I wanted to reach. But to me, I'm not done yet. I want to learn how to play the instruments now. I don't want to just manipulate other people's sounds. I want to make my own sounds, create my own sounds. I mean, I'm doing that, but to really have the full range knowledge of it, to really grasp it, and to be in an environment to apprentice or learn from a real musician, to learn to piano, to learn to play guitar, to learn to play violin, and maybe a woodwind like this. I love the sax or the flute. I love both of them, and the violin and the cello and bass. And what's the big one? Um, mm, the big one. But the real big one, I forget. Can't think of it right now. It's bigger than it. Is it the cello? I think the one is bigger than the cello. But still, yeah. I want to learn. I want to learn from a master, for real. Yeah, if I could sit under an apprentice for just a year. But even though, I mean, the spirit teaches you in all things, the spirit leads you in all truth. You can tap into that same thing. But it's not that I want to. I just want that experience, and it would catapult. I just know that will catapult my understanding of it from learning from someone else, because that's how I learn. I learn from seeking. I'm from seeing and seeing and replicating, doing it, put hands on, and that's the best way for me to learn. I can read it, I can hear it, but to see it and recreate it, that's how I learn. And all the other pieces is I ain't gotta know what I'm doing to do it. You know what I'm saying? You could do something without knowing how to do it, and the more you do it, you learn what you're doing. You understand what I'm saying? And you learn it at a completely whole different level, because you know what I'm saying. You learn from mistakes and all of that, so you become an all around master in it, just from doing it and not actually knowing what you're doing. Which one I'm doing now, but I just want someone, a teacher. I just want a teacher, even if it's just for like 6 months. You know what I'm saying? Someone that I can just suck some knowledge up off of concerning it, and I know that just will take me somewhere complete, man. Then I will truly, 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 like my man Naruto. I'll be in sage mode then, you know what I'm saying? I'll truly be a legend, you know what I'm saying? He's like, I'll be Hokage, like me saying I'm a legend, you know what I'm saying? I'm the spark that sets the world, I'm a legend. I'm gonna make some number one hits, some platinums and some golds. I'm gonna have that. Even if it ain't my voice, but it's gonna be my music one day. My sound. I believe that. I believe that. And if you haven't been listening to my music these days, you're missing out. You're missing out. Your soul is missing out. Straight up. Woo! Beauty. Beauty. And there's more to come. There's way more to come. Way, way more. I got a lot of work to do. But just trying to maintain life in this system. You know what I'm saying? Where I can't be me. Not fully. Not fully. Because I have to take a part of my life force and put it into something useless to maintain. And it's not supposed to be that way. It's just not. Oh man, I'm probably gonna turn some music on, but I just wanted to say that, yeah, we're not supposed to have people ruling over us. And it's a shame that men are not fully capable of being able to express themselves, their emotions, from one extreme to the other. You know what I'm saying? Without it being toxic. So if you're too loving, that's toxic. That means you're clingy, you're dependent. And if you are abusive or angry or emotional and not in a good way, then you're toxic. You're the angry man. You're abusive. You're the bad guy. And this was a post that this woman was talking about how men are not allowed to do these things. You know, how men are not allowed to be angry, not fully angry. And people are saying, well, it's nothing wrong with being angry, but being controlled and stuff like being controlled. You got to be in control of it. And my response is, there's a time to be in control and there's a time to be out of control. Or rather, and even better still, is a time to being out of being controlled. Breaking free from it, of being controlled. And that's what's happening. You're not out of control. No. I'm being out of being controlled. It's a difference. Get it? Because we are being controlled. You are punished if what? You do a natural act of anger and aggression. That's someone that may have triggered you. Or was trying to harm you. Or maybe they wasn't. Maybe you had a psychological break. Maybe you just had enough. And you was screaming and crying out for help. And no one helped you. Or no one could understand your cry for help. Your screams for help. Your silence. Understand your silence. Understand you're acting out. Your hints. But the world wants to punish you. The systems punish you, depending on which country you live in. Because in some countries, they're not going for that. Because they look at the full context of what happened, and people that are spiritually connected make a decision on what was right and what's wrong. Rather over a system that where the truth doesn't matter if you're right or if you're convicted or if you're not convicted. The truth doesn't matter in the United States court system. The facts don't even matter in the United States court system. Who can paint the prettiest lie is what matters in the United States court system. Which fallacies can you make the judge and the jury and the masses or public opinion believe? Yeah. Public opinion. Because people are scrutinized in the public, and that makes the perfect person guilty. Oh my gosh, Jonathan Mazer, I made it. Oh my God. How did he get convicted? He was running away. He was running away. And that's where he made his mistake. Because he should have stayed right there and had the driver call the police to escort her away from him. That's what he should have did. Because once he was outside of view, they could say, well, he was outside of view for 10 seconds. He could have did whatever she said he did. And of course they're going to believe her. Of course, right? And not just because of the color of her skin. Just because of the systematic protocols to keep their foot on the neck of a black man. To bring each and every one down, to have something hanging over their head so they can never rise to their full capabilities, their full purpose. But what they have not understood is every time they did that, all they did was put the person in a position to find themselves, to regroup, to realign, and then fight their enemy. Yeah. If they learn their lesson, now they should understand who their true enemy is and what their true purpose was for reaching that status. To get that notoriety, to get the attention, to speak up and speak out. And not just go down fighting silent and still losing. Silent. Paying out all the money that you make to the corrupt system where they say, oh, you're not going to get convicted. You're not going to get convicted. And then you get convicted, but you just lost how many millions of dollars. And you could have kept that in your pocket and went to court and got the same thing or less, or even did better without the lawyer and had you kept your money. Because most people don't know the law says there are guidelines. He could have walked in there without a lawyer and walked out with a better sentence. A better outcome of the sentence, of the conviction. Without a lawyer. What could they really have done to him? He had no prior record. All they can do is give him probation. They made it seem like that was the worst thing that could have happened to him. He don't know no better. He's scared. But people that been through the system like, dude, you're only going to get probation. You said you gave up all your weight, gave away all your money for nothing. You gave away your money for nothing to these lawyers that were against you from the beginning. And someone stepped in and helped them. I heard. I don't really know. I didn't read all into it. I'm just was talking about how the corruption in the system, that you have a man running away from somebody and get convicted from assault that is running away from the assailant. It blows my mind. Blows my mind. But it happens on a regular basis. It's more common than not. If you look like this, if your skin like this, if you are someone that has some kind of notoriety and wealth potential to upend their system, because I'm sure he probably spoke out about something where they come up because they want to make an example of you for a reason. So there's some kind of example and there's some kind of flex of power behind this. It's not about him. It's not about him. Not for real, for real. They don't care. He's just another number. Just another fool that got raped by the justice system. Where they build you up and then take your money. The lawyers, the prosecutor, the judges, the county, the whole damn state made money off of your 30, 40 years worth of work. And you scared because you don't know no better. And they try to say, oh, you can face up to these and face up to this and face up to that. But most of these systems have guidelines, sentencing guidelines. So if you don't have any offense, all they can give you is probation. He could have got a $10,000 lawyer and got that outcome. But he spent millions and millions of dollars and still got convicted. That's robbery. That's robbery. He got robbed. You better believe it. He got raped. He got assaulted. And he's not supposed to have any kind of anger, aggression, no kind of release. And it will be accepted, understood, understandable, relatable, without consequence of what just happened to him. Where is the society where there is supposed to be an outlet for men to relieve the things of men without condemnation and punishment and ridicule or judgment? How about that? Judgment by another man. Who does the same thing or something else. These judges are not judges that are appointed by God. These are judges that are appointed by another man that said they are a judge, who said they are a judge. These are self-appointed positions that we supposed to respect. Judges that say they're protected people. How are they? What makes them protected? And the citizen is not protected. I thought the citizens were the ones that's supposed to be the ones that are supposed to be protected. I thought the citizens are the ones that's supposed to be protected. We're not the other way around. They supposed to protect us. But they the protected people? We ain't even supposed to be getting taxed. We get taxed at every turn. Every turn. The little man and the rich man don't pay taxes. And every year, people, every day of the year, people get up and go to work. To get your money taken. And then get your money taken some more. And then taking some more. And then taking some more. And then say, you ain't got enough? Okay. Go to the streets. You not going to do it our way? Go in this cage. Go in this box. And they're only winning because people are fearing what they should not fear. Get your spirit right and prepare to fight. It's time to be disruptive. It's time that truth reigns. Delusion is done away with. We are in a deluded system where lies, fallacies, and manipulation, deceit reign. What's real is vilified, and what's false is glamorized. Huh? Huh? Get it right, people. Get it right. Get it right. Get your mind off that money and get your mind on your spirit. And get your heart on the spirit. Connect. Reconnect. Unify. You better tap in. You better get reconnected. If you truly, truly want money, then why not fight against what's robbing you of money, of wealth, equality, freedom, and justice? Because keep on being on the slave ship, saying I want a different job, I want a higher position, ain't gonna cut it. Sink the damn ship. And you'll have freedom. While they fighting for their life, you are free. Get away. Start over. Somewhere else. And where is your enemy? Don't let none of them come up out of that damn water. And things will be different. Word. 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 For real. For real. Yeah. 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 Hey, I'm taking it there. I ain't holding no punches now. I'm fully tapped in and committed. I'm fully committed to achieving my destiny and relaying his message. I'm committed to that. Finally, it took me a long time. It took me a long time to get here. It took me a long time to accept my responsibility. I never wanted the responsibility. I never wanted to be held accountable. But guess what? No matter what we want. Because it's his will that will be done. And if you don't do his will, life won't go good for you. It won't. Not until you step into the role, the position, the being you are supposed to be. And with that being said, where's the love, y'all? Where is it? It's inside of you. Mm-hmm. But where's the love between the woman and the man? You tell me. What are you willing to do to fix it, to heal it, to reconnect it, to unify, to be one, to be love, to give love, to receive love? Amen. Much love. Shalom. Peace.